2 days ago, I met a friend out for drinks and met a mutual friend of his, and had a good conversation, had a little bit of fun, and it took a turn because they started to argue about vaccines and all the things that have been in the media, mainstream media here, you know, whatever, since COVID, since before COVID, just really going back and forth and getting really aggressive. And the point is I truly believe when you look at like Alexander George Soros, like what is the motivation? Why put all of these judges in that aren't enforcing crime? Why make crime a joke? Everyone can get away with everything. Basically leads to the collapse of society. Like, what is the point of all this? And in this footage here from June 12th, where they're basically getting into the nitty gritty of the legalities of what these governors are doing, if they have an official sanctuary city or not, and the blowback it's having for the country. It's sad that it has to be so much Democrat versus Republican, because I think we've definitely crossed past a lot of the common sense territory here.
I'll yield to my friend from Georgia, Ms. Green.
Thank you. Governor Hochul, are you a Democrat? Yes or no?
I'm a proud registered Democrat, yes.
Did you support Joe Biden for president? Yes or no?
I did.
Did you support the Biden administration's policies?
And so, and just to show you how strange reality is, I would say, I don't know when Taylor Greene started. I don't know. I'm just throwing a number out. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever. When she first became into the spotlight, a lot of people, I think, thought of her as the fringiest of the fringe Republicans, and now she's kind of the voice of reason on a lot of stuff, which is just wild how things have changed, or maybe it's just the truth coming out with Elon purchasing X and media having to, having some sort of the truth bleed out and finding out what a lot of the lies are that are being perpetrated on the public.
For the past 4 years?
I raised my concerns in many
That's
meetings
a yes
with the
or no
administrations
question.
about how the border was being enforced, and so I raised concerns.
So
I
you
said,
just stated, I'll reclaim my time, you said you're a proud Democrat. You supported Joe Biden for president. Clearly, you supported the Biden administration's policies.
I
Did
supported
you
many of
swear,
them, yes,
Governor
I have.
Hochul, did you swear an oath to faithfully uphold New York's Constitution and laws?
I certainly did.
In 2017, New
And by the way, guys, if you're not following it, New York is in total and utter chaos. And this was before all the protesting. And there's only a few obscure YouTube channels that I really see covering it. Just totally out of control. They don't have enough police. Uh, just really horrible violence, and theft is common, happening all the time. Which, by the way, we're going to hit 50 billion in theft losses here in the U.S. here soon, which is insane to think about.
York became a sanctuary state when Governor Cuomo signed Executive Order 170. This states, it directs that no state officers or employees, including law enforcement officers, shall disclose information to federal immigration authorities for the purpose of federal civil immigration enforcement unless required by the law. Do you support this law as governor of New York?
Yes, this pertains to civil enforcement.
So you do enforce sanctuary policy.
If you guys have not been following what's going on here, basically all these governors are lying through their teeth because they are releasing criminal immigrants who are stealing, raping, murdering other people, and they are not. It's not like it's an accidental thing. They are releasing them as fast as possible. And how has this ever become a thing? And we're talking people who are assaulting police and assaulting people in while they're in confinement. Like it is mind-boggling what is happening.
Policies of New York.
I supporting helping law enforcement when it comes and ICE when it comes to.
Thank
dealing
you.
with
I
real
reclaim my
criminals.
time. You support sanctuary policies that have led to the horrific murder of people, Americans. This Fox News got it wrong. It should say monster. Arrested in broad daylight rape of a 13-year-old in a New York park. This girl was raped at knife point in the park near New York Mets Stadium. That's your state, Governor Hochul. New York Post also got it wrong and called him a migrant. That's a monster. Busted in brutal beating of New York PD cops in Times Square are members of bloodthirsty Trinde Aragua gangs.
And when did it become a thing where when cops get assaulted, there's not a huge pushback? That has blown my mind because, like, through my whole life, if you mess with cops, there was going to be hell to pay, and I guess those days are gone for now.
That's your state where you support your sanctuary state laws. Also, Governor Hochul, do you recognize this image?
Yes.
Where a homeless woman was burned alive by an illegal alien monster, where you uphold the laws to protect these monsters in your state, and then you force the New York citizens that pay taxes to pay for these people. This is the result of your sick and disgusting treasonous laws that you uphold.
Well, and in their argument, the state's argument is saying, well, we need to be paid back for holding them or whatever. I mean, and that's an excuse because for whatever, I don't know if anyone's run the math, but you're talking for every dollar saved by throwing a criminal out on the street immediately, you're talking hundreds, thousands. I mean, how do you price these young girls that are, murdered or lives are ruined?
As governor,
New York is not a
I
sanctuary
didn't
state for
recognize you, Ms.
criminals.
Hochul. This is my time. Do you know the name?
I believe New York and Minnesota are both claiming they're not sanctuary states or sanctuary cities, which they are. I mean, New York is probably number one. I don't know where Minnesota falls, top five, top 10. Like clearly, whatever, they made the decision to be a sanctuary city, but not decided it wasn't politically beneficial to call themselves that.
The name Laken Riley? Do you know the
Yes,
name
I
Laken
do.
Riley?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do. Jose Ibarra murdered 22-year-old Laken Riley. He's an illegal alien monster from Venezuela, convicted of 10 charges. He was first arrested by the Biden administration that you stated that you support. Joe Biden for president, right? Proud Democrat, Governor Hochul. First arrested at the border and released by the Democrats that you support. Then, guess what? He made it to New York because the Biden administration flew illegals all over the country, and your state was one that accepted them. He lived at
Our tax dollars paid to fly these people around and pay for hotels. I don't know. There needs to be a lot more arrests.
the Crown Plaza Hotel in Queens, an upscale hotel that was turned into an illegal alien shelter at the taxpayers' expense. $2 million a month went to this hotel. The second time he was arrested was in the state of New York for endangering a child. But he was released quickly before ICE could even issue a detainer, because you support those laws, Governor Hochul. Then he flew, get this is shocking. He flew from the state of New York to my home state in Georgia, and you all paid for it. Because, why? Because it was reticketing, and that was the little gift that you were giving my state by sending monsters there. Costs the state of New York $5 to $10 million a day to feed and house illegals. Are you smiling at me about this?
I'm not.
You look like you got quite a smile on your face.
No.
Because I can
The
tell you,
gentlelady
people,
will not.
this is my time, reclaiming my
order.
time.
I'm thinking
Don't
about
attack the
parents.
witness.
Don't you dare
Don't attack the
smile
witness.
about the murder
order.
of
I'm
Laken
thinking about
Riley.
her parents.
The third
Don't
time,
question
the
how I
third
look.
time Jose
My heart
Ibarra-
is breaking for her
my
parents.
time, Governor Hochul. The third time he was arrested was in the sanctuary city of Athens, another Democrat policy. And then he went on and attempted to rape Laken Riley and murdered her. He murdered her. Let me explain something to you. This little girl right here, she would be alive today if you weren't such a treasonous governor supporting sanctuary laws in the state of New York. This little girl.
And to be honest, once we cross the line of this being obvious that these states were doing this we need to find out because clearly there's been some sort of political operatives in this system going from all these blue states, allowing these crimes, and not only allowing these crimes to happen, but letting them out again, even when they know that they're doing these horrendous crimes. Like it is treasonous. It is treasonous, and unfortunately, I think I might have done a video on this before. The only way, my understanding, is to be charged with treason is you have to like physically like have a gun and be fighting against your country or something ridiculous. When this is probably way worse, where these people are literally pretending like they're trying to do something for the better good.
Would be alive today, and her mother very much would like for her to be alive. This is outrageous for anybody in this country to support for non-citizens to be able to come in our country, be able to travel wherever they want, and then make taxpayers pay to house them, feed them, and then give them a plane ticket after they had been arrested in their state. That's what you did. You are responsible for the murder of this little girl, Laken Riley. And the Department of Justice should prosecute you for her murder.
Objection. Objection.
I don't care how much you
objection.
object, and if you
Objection.
support it too,
Objection.
you're responsible for her murder.
right.
I yield
Chairman.
back,
Gentlelady-
Mr. Chairman.
On a point of order.
Gentlelady-
On a point of order.
Gentlelady's time's
On a point of
expired.
order.
State your point.
Mr. Chairman, these witnesses have been here for over 4 hours. They've all voluntarily have been engaging with our members with respect. They've all treated our members with respect.
Laken
Our
Riley
rules
is
of
dead
decorum-
forever.
Our rules
Forever.
of decorum.
Forever.
Our
They
rules
can
of
sit
decorum
there all
reclaiming
day.
my time.
Hold on.
Reclaiming
No,
my
wait,
time.
state your point.
I'm
State your-
trying to.
State your
Let-
point.
let
No,
me do
no,
it without
it's a
interruption.
point of inquiry, not a
Our rules-
debate. You've had your time.
Our rules, if you would let me speak, our rules of decorum dictate that our witnesses should be treated with respect, and I ask you to enforce decorum and remind committee members to treat our witnesses with respect.
And to be honest, they don't deserve respect. They're like you just said. There's 4 hours. There are so many clips. You know, there's the infamous clip of Tim Waltz dumbfounded by the question of what a woman is. But they're playing this game of playing stupid and innocent, and I don't know what's going on, and we just want what's good for everyone. Um, I mean, if they are that ignorant, whatever, they need to be gone. But they're not. There's just no way. This has been going on for too long. It's been obvious for at least 2 to 3 years what's going on. And there's example in all these sanctuary cities of horrendous criminals that if they were a U.S. citizen, they'd be locked up for life, and they're getting out sometimes in less than an hour. They're getting out. It's like they get arrested and they're thrown out again. The infamous video of the guy who's burning everything down in California on a bike with a blowtorch, starting trees and trash and houses on fire, instantly released. We don't even know who he was. Anyway,
Our members are treating the witnesses with respect. This is not a courtroom. We engage with the witnesses, and I think everybody's acting within the realm. We haven't cried and screamed when you all are criticizing the current
Treason
president, even though that's in the
treason
rules,
and
not
breaking the
criticizing.
law and
All
how
right.
they look. How they look.
All right,
That's-
maybe
Mr. Chairman.
if you win the chairmanship, if you all flip the House, you win the chairmanship, then you can do what Ms. Crockett says she's going to do, and
yeah, and the Democrats had their time to do this as well, where they're ripping on the other side. But I don't think. I mean, this is some of the most extreme behavior, corrupt behavior that we've ever seen in the United States, and it's depressing.
try to impeach Trump again or whatever you're all.
Mr. Chairman, is there any chance you would yield me 30 seconds to just respond that we are heartbroken what happened to her family? Laken Riley should be alive today. And I'm so sorry for what happened to her. I truly am what happened. But this has nothing to
Yeah, so sorry, but haven't changed the policy. Criminal after criminal has been re-released to commit more crimes. So sorry. Yeah, right.
do with our civil enforcement of the laws. We are always cooperating with criminal investigations, always have, always will.
It's a flat out lie. They are not cooperating with ICE. They are purposely releasing people quickly if they're worried ICE is going to pick somebody up.
Bill, so misstating our policies is not serving the purpose of making sure we have meaningful policies that'll actually move the dime. Why aren't we working together to come up with meaningful immigration reform, secure our borders, do vetting at the
Wait a
border?
minute.
We're simply asking.
We're going to go
for
back. Okay, Governor, with all due respect.
And that was a pre-made speech for the sound bites, which they unfortunately let her get too much of it out.
There was no, the policy of the previous administration was an open border. It was an open border. You all supported that. Now you're saying we need.
Point of order, whose
You were
time is
saying
it?
you were, no, wait a minute.
Point of
Ms.
inquiry, whose time is it?
Ocasio-Cortez, I will recognize you because I like you.
Thank
But,
you.
but here, wait,
Thank
wait
you
just
so
a
much,
second.
Mr. Chairman. I appreciate that.
Here's the border was open, and you all said nothing. All right, now you said we had to pass legislation. We didn't have to pass legislation.
And these interviews where people ask Democrats if Kamala or Biden did a good job on the border, and their answers, it's just, oh my God, it's bad, it's painful.
Donald Trump secured the border on the first day. Now, there's no question you all have been obstructing and criticizing and failing to work with this administration in trying to apprehend the criminal illegals. That's what this hearing's about. It's not about theater. It's about trying to get a consensus on working with this administration to deport the criminal.
And obviously, it's about theater, which we need theater because most people don't even know about this. They still believe what was it, the Maryland dad, the innocent Maryland dad who was trafficking women and children for who knows how long and was caught red-handed doing it and told to be released by the old, weak FBI.
Illegals.
We do it
Not
every day of the week,
defend all
Mr.
the people who
Chairman.
are over here illegally, to deport the criminal illegals. So
We do it every day of the
everyone's out
week.
of order. I'm going to let Ms.
Not-
Ocasio-Cortez state her point, and then we're going to go to Ro Khanna.
Oh, we can continue. I was just curious whose time it was, but we can proceed.
right.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I have a unanimous consent request.
Okay.
I'd like to seek unanimous consent to enter into the record this tweet. Just happened, stunning. Senator Alex Padilla from California was just forcibly removed from the news conference being held by
Without
DHS.
objection to order.
Yeah, I think the rest of this is a waste of time, but you guys get the point. What do you think? Yeah, I don't know. This and all the trafficking that's getting worse and worse every year, human trafficking, and then not to mention drugs, record drug busts, all that. What's breaking the back of America right now?